Creating a mind map. First of all, there are many mind mapping software tools available on the internet, and you can see there in front of you a whole pile of resources. If you go and do a search on Google, you'll find many that you can use. Some of them you have to pay for, some of them are free, some you can use for a 30-day trial. So if you have a look at this wiki, it can provide some inspiration of the types of social networking tools that you might want to use to do some mind mapping on. So we're going to give a demonstration on using inspiration, and here is your startup screen, and you can see you can create a diagram, an outline or a mind map. Today we're going to look at creating a mind map. First of all, you have a central idea, and this is where you change the name, and then you start creating nodes. So obviously you select the text and type in exactly what it is that you want to be your main idea. And you can see here we decided on a blog, and that's going to be our main theme. So of course we can change the font of the blog, the size or the font size, and then of course there's bold, italic and underline, and then you can change the font color. So you can have your blog or the name blog, whatever your main theme is, changing in that regard. Then you can change the line size by clicking on that little button, making the nodes thicker or thinner, or the lines that are connecting the different aspects to your blog. There's freeform line, which draws a squiggly line at will, but there is a drop box next to it, so you can have rectangles, ovals, polygons, or whatever it is that you want. There's also a line. You might want to put in a line that might link things together. So they're the different types of objects that you might want to have in your mind map. The next one is the hand. The hand just enables you to move your blog around and move it on the page. And then if you have one of your ideas selected, then the next two icons enable the fill of the box and also the line colour. The icons in the bottom left hand corner enable you to zoom in or zoom out on your mind map so that you can see better. Then we look at the tools at the top of the screen and on the left hand side. Now on the left hand side you can see that we have a library of images, and you don't have to have the word blog. You can change it to one of the symbols at the top of the screen, rectangles, ovals, curved rectangles, and we did originally have a cloud, or we can use a banner type symbol. And then we can actually resize that to make it larger if we have more text in there. We can add nodes by clicking on the plus button, and that will just add branches off from our mind map. The little arrow down will hide the nodes, and then you can bring them back if you want. Again, just clicking on the plus will actually add branches off, and if you keep clicking on them, you add more. You can click in the little text box to add a name to your node, and you can keep doing that as you create more branches off. You can see there's a three-pronged one. So you can see we've populated our mind map, but we've actually added an image to the main idea instead of having just colour. So of course you can add an image. It's probably best to make it relevant to your mind map. Probably don't just choose any image, but something that's to do with whatever it is that you're creating. If you look at the tools at the top of the screen, the first one is outline, and you can see that it puts all the words in an outline sequence just like you'd find in PowerPoint or Word, and this is a way of having a look at the hierarchy that you've created. Relate is an important one that you should use in any mind map, and that's just linking different ideas together. So you can do that in a variety of ways, curvy lines, angled lines, etc. And you don't have to have arrows on the end. You can make them so that they don't have arrows, but it is a very good way of linking different ideas to each other. You can also insert notes, and with a note you can add ideas or information just to the viewer that they can view at another time. And then also, if you select a word, you can actually add a URL to that so that there can be a hyperlink to an outside website. And you can see very faintly that has turned blue with a blue underline, so it's a hyperlink. You can also look up words. There's a dictionary there, there's a spell check. So really you need to look at the menu bars to see what's available. A lot of the things that are available on the menu bars are available on the links on the side and in the bottom of your page. So you can export to a GIF file, and if you have a transparent background, that means that you can't see anything in the background except for what's behind the image. This sometimes works, just you'll need to play with it because sometimes it doesn't come out nice and clearly. You might want to put in a white background to make it clear, and that's just by ticking or unticking the transparent background. So you can change the background color of your mind map, and you can see that that's very loud color, and you can then customize if you want. So there's different ways to customize a palette. You may wish to add a sound file, and this would be something that you have saved on your computer, or you may wish to record a sound. So you just go to the insert video or sound, down to record sound, and then you have to record your sound, and it will be inserted in where you have got the cursor placed on the screen. Then you can play the audio if you want, just to hear what it is like. Finally, you can add voices that aren't your voices, so you can use a pre-installed voice over the top of yours instead.